Hey, it's Dre and Jay here. We're back for another live episode. This time is regarding Aaron Rodgers. So, Aaron Rodgers' situation is a bit different from our last topic with Deshaun Watson. It is now known that it's inevitable. Aaron Rodgers will not be a Packer in 2022. Wills, this is some news. Uh, First of all, I just want to introduce my man Jay here. We're gonna get started. We're gonna first discuss why. We're just gonna do a brief recap on why Aaron Rodgers is unhappy with the Packers and why he's not a Packer in 2022. So last year, the Packers, in an attempt to secure their future quarterback or who they thought, who they think their future quarterback is going to be going for once Aaron Rodgers is retired, they didn't just draft Jordan Love. They traded up in the first round in order to get him because they felt that if he did touch the second round, they weren't going to be able to seize the opportunity and acquire him. Um, Immediately, representatives around Aaron Rodgers said that he was irate. He was upset. He felt like he'd been betrayed by the organization that he loved and wanted to finish his career off with and, hopefully get another championship. Um, However, he wasn't upset to the point where he was going to take it out on Jordan Love, sort of how Brett Favre did with him. I'm not sure if you remember, but back when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre came out and said, "Hey, they don't pay me to teach this man how to play or to teach him how to get ready to play the game of football." Aaron Rodgers said that he's willing to, put Jordan Love under his wing as long as he's willing to learn. Um, but it's sort of like with the Brady situation with the Patriots. Brady felt like he could play well up until 45, still had enough left in the tank. The team is saying, nah, we want to protect our future. But Packers basically said, nah, we're throwing our eggs in one basket. We're gonna go get Jordan Love, and Aaron Rodgers um, came back and actually won the MVP in 2021, showing that he still has what it takes to perform at a high level. And my question for Wills is, now that we know for a fact that our 2021 league MVP will not be a Packer next year, where does he go? And um, please keep in mind, cap space for some of these teams and what they already have in position to have Aaron Rodgers succeed.
Um, I don't know. Um, I feel like he's still playing at a ridiculously high level to even retire at this point, so he's definitely not retiring, I don't think. But I honestly don't know what team he would be on. What do you think? Do you have a team in mind? I don't really know, honestly.
To be honest with you, Aaron Rodgers, he's just a once in a lifetime type of generational talent. And he's compared to Brady, he's still young. He's 37 years old, and it's been proven that quarterbacks can win, you know, in years 36, 37, 38. And of course,
Sure.
with Brady, at the age of 40 and 40
Right.
plus, whatever team is signing Aaron Rodgers, they have to make that deal so lucrative that it benefits him and also benefits, the team as a whole. He's gonna have a lot of high bidders. It's not like they have to trade for him and give up anything. I could say the 49ers, because that's his hometown team. They'll probably have a say. They'll probably have a say in the matter of, signing him and whatever the case may be. I felt like they didn't want to overpay for him when they knew that it was inevitable that there may have been a deal where Aaron Rodgers will probably, be bought out or whatever the case is. I say 49ers. That's his hometown team, and they have the pieces to work with Aaron Rodgers and, bringing a championship to San Francisco. Any other team, I really don't see them outbidding
I
outbidding the
I
49ers.
could see Indianapolis doing it if Carson Wentz doesn't work out this year, but like that's a reach. That's
That's
kind
a
of
hot take.
that's I could see that. Because I think I don't really think they're really strapped in terms of the amount of guys that they have to pay. So I think like the Colts probably might be able to pay him. The Steelers kind of jump out to me also after thinking about it. If big, when big, because chances are it's going to be probably Big Ben's last year. His arm just can't take it anymore. So maybe he goes to Pittsburgh. The 49ers, I get where you're coming from on that because he's from that area. But I feel like their QB situation is already a little crowded with the fact that you got Jimmy Garoppolo and now you got Trey Lance over there. So I don't know how that would work out. Other than that, there's not a lot of teams that will say, we're not going to look into developing a quarterback. We're going to take this guy because we feel like we could win right now with him. So, I mean, there's a couple of teams that would do it, but there's not really any teams that jump out to me other than those two that I said. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. He's definitely not retiring. He has too much left in the tank at this point, in my opinion, unless something crazy happens next year. But I just don't really see that happening to that point where he has a huge drop off or anything like that.
And I don't know whether it was me, you, or Ace that was on the show. Um, we kind of had the vibe when he posted that picture, him and Davante Adams, of the Michael Jordan documentary, from The Last Dance, and we speculated like, are they both agreeing? Like, is this like simultaneous? Like they're agreeing, hey, we're gonna try this one last time, one last hoorah. Now that we know what's the Packers record this year, and how far do they get in the playoffs if they even make the playoffs?
Oh man, I mean,
Now that we know what's at stake, this is his last season as a Packer. What's your expectation?
I definitely
Sorry to hit you with these hard questions.
my expectation is NFC Championship. I feel like they can make it their third year in a row. I don't see why not, honestly. Um, I feel like NFC Championship at the least. I feel like they can. I feel like they can get there again. Do they face the Bucks again? Maybe. Do they beat them? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. There's just too many I don't know.
Is
I'm
the
not gonna.
pressure on Aaron Rodgers? Is there a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers to win a championship, seeing as though this is his last year?
Honestly, I don't think so. I feel like a lot of people are still convinced. There's a lot of people out there that think that Aaron Rodgers is one of the most overrated guys to live on the planet. But I mean, and there's a lot of people that think that, but I'm kind of in the world where I felt like you may think that he has a lot more to prove. I don't really think he does, to be honest. He has his ring, even though that was quite some time ago. And
His only appearance at the
yeah,
Super Bowl.
right. But I feel like he's probably one of the, if not the most. I think he's the most talented quarterback to ever play, talent wise.
Wow,
If you want to talk about Mahomes, then we could debate that. But I don't
you
feel like
can't
he
put
has.
you can't put those two against. I can't pit those two against each other. I just can't.
I don't think he really has that much really more to prove. Honestly, I mean, are you gonna catch Brady in terms of rings? No,
Hell no.
you're not
He had
catching
like
Brady.
37, unless he played until he's 50.
So
Which
I
is,
mean,
I doubt it.
it's what I will say is that it's kind of interesting that you brought up the picture that they both posted on Instagram, because coincidentally, this is actually Davante Adams' last year on his contract. So apparently, they were in contract talks a couple days ago, but once they felt like Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to be coming back, I guess the contract talks fell apart. But now that the news came out that he's going to be back, now supposedly the Davante Adams contract extension talks have picked back up. So I mean, do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think that this has anything to do with the fact that Davante Adams is probably thinking, I don't, I can't really see myself with a future in Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers. I don't really have, based on what I've seen from Jordan Love, I don't really
Here's
think he's
another
that
hot
guy.
take.
It's like, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, I'm just speculating. Like, do you
Like
think
I
that
told
could
you
have
earlier,
anything? Do you think that could have anything to do with the situation, or
I've
do you
been
think
told
I'm
you that.
reaching?
I've been told you that. I'm sure Jordan Love is a great talent, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. And I said it from the get go with this Davante Adams situation, with his contract situation. He's most likely gonna probably try to sign wherever Aaron Rodgers is signing, sort of like a Brady Gronkowski thing, where he's gonna stick with his quarterback because his quarterback is still 37, still has the arm, one MVP. They're This is their last dance in Green Bay, but
There's also been rumors that Aaron Rodgers wants to team back up with Randall Cobb, but he's currently under contract with Houston, so they would have to trade for him. But that's actually, I don't know if you heard that, but there's actually a lot of rumor going around
imagine
about that.
Houston. This is a hot take, but imagine Houston signing Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, stop it. Hell would have to
He would
free.
go to, bruh. If he hates his GM on the Packers, bruh,
Hell would have to
that
freeze over
relationship,
before he signed with the
Houston
Packers.
Houston is too dysfunctional for Aaron Rodgers. That was just me being funny. But my last question is, how much is this last deal worth? We know that it's a 1 year contract. How much do they sign him for? No outrageous numbers.
So apparently, he was supposed to be under contract until 2023, the end of 2023. So I guess the years after 2021 are going to be voided, apparently. So I guess they're get supposedly they're said that they're supposed to be restructuring the contract in a way that I don't know, that it makes it cheaper for the Packers. So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. I thought that maybe he was going to end up getting maybe 40 million in 2021. I don't know how they're going to structure it. I guess maybe they're going to make the last year of the contract fully guaranteed. I don't really know. I haven't really dove into his contract details too much to see how they would even make that work. But I mean, I definitely know if he were to get an extension that it's definitely going to be 45 million a year at the least. I could definitely say that it's going to be some crazy number. But I mean, obviously we know now that's not happening. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't really know. It's just the way that they were going to restructure the contract so that after 2021 he can back out if he wishes. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of a little too early to tell, but we'll probably find out tomorrow. They'll probably have it sorted out by tomorrow. But I think maybe, who knows, maybe it might be like 35 million or something along those lines. Something not too outrageous, but we'll just have to see. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe, maybe I was just gonna say maybe they're gonna set it up in a way so that both teams have a little bit of leverage. So that, let's say, the Packers have more cap space, so like it's a more team friendly number. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers has the flexibility to back out in 2022. So maybe they're gonna I don't know. Maybe they're gonna make it flexible for both parties. I don't know, but we'll have to see. What do you think?
with the Aaron Rodgers situation on with the contract, they're probably just gonna throw a whole bunch of money at him. Here, take it. I would say about 45 to 50 million. That sounds outrageous. I know. I thought that you were gonna say along the lines of 51, 52, but they're gonna try
Hell
to.
no.
I mean, he's an MVP, Wills, and they don't want to start Jordan Love right away. They were planning to kick him out the door, but it wasn't going to be for the 2021 or 22 season. But he's shown that he's very, very unhappy, and they had to do something to at least get him back one more year, one more hoorah before they pass the reins. So they have to incentivize Aaron Rodgers.
So why was Aaron Rodgers unhappy?
You don't trade up, bruh. He's 36 years old at the time, and they traded up for Jordan Love. There was rumors that nobody didn't even want Jordan Love that early, so it made no sense to trade up at the time.
I mean, but did I could have sworn that Aaron Rodgers came out a couple of days ago and said that this situation didn't have anything to do with Jordan Love. He likes Jordan Love. He's
Of
gonna
course he
take it
does.
and
Of
he's gonna
course he
take him
does.
under his wing. So do you
Of
think
course he
like
does. He
do you
said
feel
that he
like he's
didn't.
just saying that just as a cover up? And do you really think
No,
so how
he
so it could so
genuinely understands. He genuinely understands. As somebody who's been following Aaron Rodgers, he genuinely understands how it feels to be the rookie quarterback that's not liked by the veteran. Aaron Rodgers himself was drafted in the first round, not as high as he should have went, but Brett Favre felt like his job was threatened and basically just alienated him. And he said, although yes, my feelings are involved, I feel some type of way. I feel like this is like a son, like, hey, they're trying to replace me so soon. He said he's not gonna take it out on Jordan Love and he's willing to teach him and groom him. But in no way was Aaron Rodgers happy about them trading up for Jordan Love last year in the draft. And that's what stained the relationship.
so let me ask you this. I kind of did a little bit of research before this
Yeah.
show. And I found that the Packers haven't drafted any offensive talent in the first and second round, other than 2020, where they got Jordan Love in the first round, and I think they got another receiver. Other than that, they've drafted a defensive player in the first and second round. They every year. So 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, and 2014, they drafted Davante Adams in the second round. So all those years that I just named, they drafted a defensive player in the first two rounds. Do you think that had anything to do with Aaron Rodgers' frustration? Like, if you guys want to make a run to the playoffs, like, why aren't you guys giving me more offensive weapons? Like, do you feel like that had anything to do with it?
Hell yeah, that had everything to do with it. Like I was saying before, like the Packers always seem to just like they finally got it right with Jair Alexander putting pieces around Tom Brady, but that defense isn't really anything. Like you said, nobody on that defense is really special. As far as when it comes to playmaking, like Jair Alexander. So all these years they're using picks, and you're not really seeing it correlate with defensive rankings and
Exactly.
statistics. And then
Exactly.
all of a sudden they say, "All right, we're gonna use our first round pick on an offensive player, and it's the replacement." That was just the
Yeah, that's
that's
kind
just
of
the
a
icing
it
on the
was it
cake.
was a head scratcher to a lot of
That
people.
was just the icing
It
on the
really
cake.
was. It,
He has every right to feel offended. He's younger than Brady and he's getting pushed out the door in the same manner. And clearly he has a lot in the tank. Um, you think he wins the MVP season if he's not that upset? Looking back at it.
you
Because the reason what, and this is why I asked this question. There were speculations that, and a lot of people were saying it because Aaron Rodgers, just like LeBron James, he has his share of haters, and the haters. One thing I can say about them, they did have facts. When it came to stats, it does show that Aaron Rodgers was kind of on a decline, and then all of a sudden he has the season he has. Is that because of the Packers drafting Jordan Love?
I think partly it does. I think part of it was that. I think we actually talked about this privately. I feel like just like you mentioned, they felt, hey, you guys should be trying to get me more weapons so that we can make a last time run. But now
Yeah,
you guys are busy trying to find my replacement. So I'm gonna make y'all pay. And he
watch
bought and
this.
he bought out. So I feel like it did kind of motivate him. I'm not gonna say it completely motivated, and that if this didn't happen, there was no way he could have had a season like that. I'm not gonna go that far, but I
Yeah,
feel like it did kind of motivate him a little bit. I would say. I'd say a little. It did motivate him a little bit. Before we go out, what do you think about the news? I don't know if you heard, but apparently during the contract talks with Davante Adams, there was news that said that when they were talking with him about the contract, the numbers that they were discussing wouldn't have made him the highest paid receiver. What do you think about that? Do you feel like, based on his play the last couple of years, that it definitely warrants being the highest paid receiver, like without a shadow of a doubt? Like, what do you think about that?
To answer that question, the numbers speak for itself. Uh, he's one of those receivers where most you can put your money in the bank. He's getting you um 7 to 10 receptions a game, 100 yards. He's one of those perennial Pro Bowlers. He does deserve that money. I like you know how I feel about it. When it comes to a player that's not on my team, I say, hey, pay him. He's worth that much. You pay him, but it's not in the Packers culture to overpay on players unless they're Aaron Rodgers. They don't really throw bags at free agents. They usually let
So
them
why do
walk
you
and get the bag elsewhere.
so you think that they would let talent like Davante Adams walk away from the table if his demands are to be the highest paid receiver? You feel like they would let him walk if, like, I don't know. That's just kind of head scratching to me in a way.
So now that we know that Aaron Rodgers is leaving, they're definitely gonna throw a bag at him. They have no choice. It's up to whether or not he wants to accept now that he has to play with Jordan Love. Cause now he's gonna be the best player on offense. Before you could debate, oh, it's Aaron Rodgers. He's the reason why this guy's so good. But if you're going forward with Jordan Love now going into 2022, you have to throw the bag at. He has to be the number one paid receiver in the league if Aaron Rodgers is not there. That's just point blank. Period.
I'm definitely on pace in agreement with that. So I was just wondering what your opinion
Is
on
he
that was.
worth number one money? Like, is he worth number one money? Yeah, he
Oh yeah,
is. A
definitely.
lot of people could say no. You have your different opinion on who the best receiver in the league is, whether it be Tyreek or
Stephon,
Stephon Diggs.
Hopkins, whoever who you think it
He's
is.
up there.
But
He's up there with those guys, though. Numbers don't lie. But
so
now that Aaron Rodgers is not there, you have Jordan Love, you have to pay that man. He's the best player on the team.
I agree. I agree.
Simple as that.
All right. Anything
We're gonna
else?
conclude with that. No, that's it. We're gonna conclude with that. Aaron Rodgers is not a Packer in 2022, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to ask you guys to again like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you think. If you guys have any topic suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Any other questions or concerns, Flos, before we wrap up?
Nah, man. Nah.
That concludes another episode of Dre and Jay. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. See you guys soon.
Peace.